to a different place of praise. You heard me. You said, I'm so glad I'm actually on time today. Well, me too. Uh-oh. I know I need coffee every day, but I'm not going to do it. We going to do this, what we about to do right now. I probably do need water, though. Hold on, y'all. I just got back to that. Goodness gracious. Who wants to know how to fight the urge to go in Walmart? I went to Target. Sure did. I had to fight the urge not to go in Wally World, baby. Drove past it once. Hey, Queen. Then had to come back by it. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. Went right on into Target. And everybody was so nice and helpful. The people that worked there was. The people that shopped there, not so much. Because I speak to everybody I walk past. And after about the fifth person, Lord forgive me, I got an attitude. I said, hold on now. But I forgot. Long as the workers is nice, I don't care about the shoppers. It's the fact that I just got a Walmart delivery. Oh! Stay in your business and do. So let me show y'all nephew player me. Y'all want to see how he got me together? I'm about to show you, Queen. This is why it's good to take care of your kids as best you can and put yourself last when they little. Nieces, young nieces and nephews, let Titi tell you something. Treat your kids better than you treat yourself when they young. Because when they old, they'll treat you better than they treat themselves. They'll think about you and just bring you home something. Every time they said, my daughter said, girl, I can't wait till you come back. We going to the Goodwill. I said, oh, sure. The day after that, nephew called and said, Mom, I sent you the shoes you've been wanting. Well, I really believe I should. Well, thank you, son. So this, let me see. Y'all see me? He got me together. Y'all see the Air Max babies? Ain't they beautiful? I said, oh, son, you know how well, come on in, son. Let's get it. You heard me? I said, well, come on in, baby. Y'all know brown and tan is my favorite colors, if you couldn't tell. Got me all the way right. I said, well, go on in then, son. I seen them. I said, baby, if you come across these, you get them for your mama. You hear? Go on and grab them for your mama, cause she need these. You hear me? I said, yeah. He said, I sent them. I said, wait a minute, what? And then they got here a day early, too? I said, yeah, thanks, son. Treat your kids good. Let them see you sacrifice when they are small. And, baby, my kids is always trying to get me something. Mom, I saw this. I think you will like it. Well, when you come, I'm going to take you to eat. Well, Mom, you know why? Because even when I had little, I put them babies before myself. They ate good, baby. I was 103 pounds at 34 years old, 32. You hear me? They'll say, Mom, eat something. I say, no, y'all going to eat. Yeah, but you ain't ate all day. I said, I ate some crackers earlier. I'm not hungry. I was so skinny, you could see every bone in my body. I had to sit down on a towel in a tub, baby, because that tailbone was flat. People lied and said I was on drugs. They said I had the package and didn't know that my kids was always going to come first. You hear me? I eat no meals a day long as they can eat 2 to 3, babe. You got me messed up. I sleep on the floor. They not sleeping on the floor. My plate ain't going to be bigger than my kids' plate. I'm not eating until they done probably went back twice. You take care of your kids in whatever capacity that is and put them before you, baby. You will never have to worry for nothing when you got your kids. Girl, they did not accuse you of having a package. They did. More than one time. Oh yeah. Listen, I have lived several lives, I'm trying to tell you. But it's all because people thought they knew my life and they just thought they knew what I was doing. When I got diagnosed with lupus, that was the first time. They didn't know I was so stressed out and thinking about unaliving myself every day because life was crazy. But when I say crazy, I mean crazy. Okay? Yeah. Oh, I didn't hurt, girl. And these was family members. These family members had seen me for like 10 years, but because they didn't know, they made up stuff. They made up whatever sounded good. I promise you. And they've all had to come back and apologize for it. Because in real life, I wasn't doing half the ish they was doing. I was in the house. I was a mama at 16. I had to sit home. I've been in the house for a long time. And I didn't have people running in and out of my house, just like I don't have people running in and out of my house now. But when people don't know, baby, they'll make up all kind of stuff. You are a true inspiration and a definition of getting through hard times, coming out on top. Girl, I was thinking about it today. That's why I had that song on. You didn't hear it. Faithful is our God. I said, God, if I didn't have you, I wouldn't have nobody. Yeah. If I didn't have God at 11 years old, Queen, who you gonna trust? Everybody trying to get over on an 11-year-old. They want you to babysit their kids, clean their house. You ain't got nowhere to go to. Your mama didn't put you out. Come on. Men, everybody. But God gave me wisdom, baby. I used to be on it. They used to be mad. I was young, but nigga, I'm not no fool. All my friends is old enough to be my damn great grandma. I sat and talked to old people all day when I was young. I know I definitely wasn't mature. Girl, listen. Baby, your sister been in some crazy situations, and I know it wasn't nothing but God. That's why I say, like, when I say he prepared me for this, he prepared me for this, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. My kids call me. My daughter called. The reason I'm late, y'all niece, called me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was crazy. It was 2 something. God had just woke me up like 4 minutes before that. I got up and got some Spanish rice pudding and some water. I went to bed at like 10 or 11. God woke me up 5 minutes before my daughter called me. She was at work. I had just got up and got me some food, smashed that thing, and had just laid back down and turned my iPad on. Mind you, I only had like 4 hours of sleep. And she said, "Oh, good morning, girl." I said, she said, "I'm sorry. I just be calling. You thought I was up. I don't be up at 4 o'clock no more for real. Everybody is used to me being up at 2 or 3 in the morning because for over a decade, that's what I did. So when I tell y'all I've been on call since I was about 11, stay up with these kids. We got to go rush somebody to the hospital. They out there fighting, babysit the kids. Look, I've been on call since I was 11 years old. Shoot. Girl, I had to get out in this world, baby. I was braiding hair, babysitting kids. Because one thing I can say about my mama, she was hard on me. But my mom made me sit down and do the bills with her. She made me go to the grocery store with her and take a calculator and add up everything. By the time I was 7, my mom could have me go in the kitchen and I could run through there and do the grocery list, baby, and run through that Food for Less. Knew where every aisle was. It's like a Sam's Club, baby. Who? You better go in that store, get what I told you to get, and I want my change in my receipt. My mama wasn't playing, but I'm grateful for that because I did it to my kids. And guess what? They be on it. They be on it. They be putting people 3 times they age to listen. I ain't gonna lie. Grown folks, 50 years old, be calling my babies asking for advice. Like, okay, that works, so tell me something else. And they ain't even 20. I didn't hide the world from my kids. Now, I didn't show them things like I said, we didn't watch BET in our house. But I showed them BET without letting them sit up and program their mind of how they supposed to act every day. I programmed how they work. And I went to God and asked him for each individual child, what do I do to make them the best them that you want them to be? I'm telling you. People used to trip. My son was 2 years old. He'll go in his room. He had his little vacuum cleaner in the bag would pick up the dust. He had Dalmatians little. His room was Dalmatians. Dalmatians little rug. He had the like the closet. They got the two drawers on the bottom, the big towel, and then up top was his toys he couldn't reach. My baby could go in there and make his bed. He'll get his little vacuum out and sing clean up, clean up. He would clean up. I was only 17, 18. You heard me? Then I got pregnant with my daughter and had her at 19, baby. I was only. I know y'all think I'm supposed to be a raggedy mama because I'm 19, but I'm not. I could snap my fingers and my son would sit down at 18 months old and put his hands in his lap, baby, and wasn't going to say a word until I told him to get up or talk. Went to Cali to one of my church conventions with a lady and she said, baby, how old are you? 18. She said, honey, I want to tell you something. She had thousands of dollars worth of crystal figurines all through her. I'm real crystal, baby. It's Cali. It's beautiful. My son wouldn't touch nothing. He would walk by. He 18 months old. He wasn't touching nothing. I didn't say I have to say, no, don't do that, baby. He'll walk with his hands in his pocket. Who She said, I have never seen a little kid that well behaved. And you only 18? I'm telling you. Everywhere my kids even go now, their jobs, everybody loves them. They come to them and tell them their problems. They only fool with them. Because I tried to raise honest kids that wasn't selfish. They were productive in society. And most of all, they knew God. Not from church, but from life experiences for real. For real. I didn't shy away from teaching them something because they were young. Because God says train them while they're young. You cannot wait until your kids is 10, 11, 12 to start breaking bad habits. You got to fight on your hands after that. If they don't get it most times before 6, you probably going to have a problem, kid. I'm telling you. Not all, but a lot. A lot of these babies don't have mental health or behavioral issues. What it is the tools that they needed from 0 to 6, they did not get them. I worked in daycare. Okay? Always been around a lot of kids. This is just new where I'm not right now. And I'm telling you this. Young mamas, don't wait until these kids is 7 and 8 and start trying to teach them manners and start trying to teach. You cannot. Because by 7, a lot of their attitude is solidified. Do you hear me? And you want to know how I know this? Being out in the streets and living with people when I was young and looking at different parenting styles, and I can tell you this. The parents that just let their kids do whatever they wanted to do and there was no system or there was no regimen, a lot of them lived very, very, very crazy lives. A lot of them lost their freedoms. A lot of them lost their lives. Or they are wandering the streets lost. Discipline is a gift. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? If God didn't discipline you, you wouldn't be right here. If he didn't let you get the ticket for speeding, if he didn't let you get fired from the job you really like, you wouldn't be the person you are today doing what you're doing today. If he didn't stop you in your tracks and make your car not start, do you understand what I'm saying? Discipline is good. Because if God didn't discipline you and let your stuff be hot, so you know, okay, I can't just be out here wilding. Those are all disciplinary acts to get you to turn around. But a lot of people don't know how to take the cues because there was no discipline at home. No system, no bedtime. You hear me? You'll be all right. I'm serious. Even with my older two kids, my son told y'all, they had to go live with my mom for a minute. Okay? I still parented. People's like, oh, how you gonna tell me and your kids? I said, do Army people parent? So, because a person is in Korea for 3 years or Afghanistan for 5 years or on a boat for 5 years in the Navy, they can't parent their kid? You mean it would tell me that the only way that your child will listen to you is if you right where they at? That was not my issue. It didn't matter where my kids was. If I called them and told them something, that's what it was going to be, no matter who they was living with. No matter where they was vacationing, no matter it didn't matter. Don't nobody word trump mine. I don't care who you with. Uncle, cousin, it don't matter to me. It don't. Because guess what? God's word got to trump any and everybody with you. I'm going to say it again. What God says has to trump every single human person that tells you anything. No or yes. If you listen to man more than you listen to God, what happened? Tell me. Troubled. All the times that you listen to yourself or you listen to a human, where did it land you? You said it takes you on the wild path and usually backwards. Interesting. So you go in reverse. You get off the highway. Self-destruction. Interesting. Good one. You said we're out on lockdown for an overseas threat to local schools. Interesting. Where you at, Mom? Trouble. Some messed up situations. You know how y'all say y'all hear me in y'all head telling y'all not to do stuff? Montana. Interesting. Okay. We'll talk about that in a second. Give me a minute. Y'all be hearing me in y'all head say don't do stuff? You probably shouldn't do that. Don't buy that or buy that. Pick that up. Blah, blah, blah. Right? No? Huh? Okay. Y'all just had an earthquake alert. 6.0. Bay Area. Interesting. Okay, give me a minute, y'all. We're going to get to all of the ending stuff. Just hold on. Okay. I know that y'all out in Montana and y'all out. It's an alert in California. I remember. Give me a second. So, with that, as a parent, you want to be the loudest person in your kid's ear about everything. I talked to my mama about this. I talked to my daddy about, my daddy already told me about this. Man, your daddy, no, yeah. Actually, we talked about it. And I know this ain't the way I want to go. So you can do whatever you want. It don't have nothing to do with me. It doesn't matter how I appear to you. It's how I am. I used to tell my daughters all the time, you don't gotta act like you dress. I'll say that again. You do not have to act like you dress. Just because you dress like a thug, don't mean you gotta be one. And just because you got on your Ephraim girl dress, okay, don't mean you gotta be all. People can assume whatever they want. Prove them wrong. You ain't gotta do nothing to fit in, because the moment you don't fit in, they'll start following you. Ooh. The moment, nephew and nieces, you don't try to fit in, watch how many people do an about face. Promise. Do everything you love, whether somebody like it. You always reading something. You always know something don't nobody care about. Why? I mean, what? All this information didn't get you no money? Not yet. And I ain't talking about right now. I'm talking about prior to now. Actually, that's actually what actually you did. But God let you speak on everything you wanted to speak on. So when it happened, I could see that face. What face is that? The Cat Williams stomach virus face. That one. Because you got to eat them words and they bitter. But it tasted so sweet using them as knives to try to tear me down. A person that probably tried to build your life up, all the while going through hell. They feel a little prickly in your throat. That's what happens. That's why you need to not speak things like that, because then they've sat and rotted and fermented, and now it's your turn. You hear me? Thank you. I taught my kids about their speech. I'm serious, y'all. When they tell you now, like if I call one of them, well, they all at work probably. But y'all done heard them. If I tell y'all and call them, they be like, nope, yep. My son told y'all he was 2, 3 years old and he had to divide his money into 3. You're not spending my money. You'll not be living up on no woman expecting her to take care of you. Absolutely not. We're going to help you hustle. At 2 years old, he was knocking on people's doors, taking out their bathroom trash. The little trash can. And he'll make him a 50 cent or $1. This was 1997, 1998, around that time, 99 or something. He'll take his little money and put it in his bank. But we're going to go to the store and break this down. You got to give God his. So you got 90 cents, son. He put his little dime in the church. Yeah, your 10%. You ain't spending my money, because I'm about to teach you now. You divide it into 3, you don't have to worry about being broke, son. And give God his 10, he leave you 90. Divide that up into now, save, and whatever else, long term, and you don't have to worry about having no money. You'll be okay. I might not even have nothing to give you, but you'll be all right. A lot of times, people was like, you ain't said no. Because a lot of people have the money, but they don't have the knowledge to keep it. So they're always working really hard to get it. But, hey, Pumpkin, I don't know if I'm supposed to. Can I tell them? I know you already told us, but can I tell them it's closer? Please. Is you like live streaming? Like, do we get to be a part of it? Like, we want to know what's going on. So, it's tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow. Kayla, y'all, is getting married tomorrow, right? Is it tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. Okay, I just didn't want it because Auntie had her medicine. Okay, so we have a wedding coming. Another one. I'm excited. Y'all want to know something? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Oh, come on in then. I'm trying to listen. We done had us a few weddings. People done got out of, like, I'm excited. It be doing it around here. Okay, so can I say this? As of last night, we have gone through like all the cycles of life here in WOYU. And what I mean by that is, in the beginning, there was a lot of births and there was a lot of marriages. And even though people connected to the people that lived here transitioned, right, into eternity, we hadn't ever had anybody in our community transition into eternity. And that became a thing last night or so far, from what I understand. We have somebody going through that right now, which is Miss Yulima. Okay? So even with that, we've seen births and we've seen the transition. It does hit different into glory, because even I called your nephew last night. He was like, yeah, mama. He was like, the lady. I said, yeah. Yes. Yes. Her niece came in last night and we got to kiss her and tell her we loved her. Yeah. 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 So think about this. Thank you. Sometimes when I'm overjoyed, or sometimes when I'm super emotional, it's because okay. Do y'all remember why I say I'll be nervous about meeting people? Anybody remember why I always tell y'all I kind of shy away from meeting people in person? Y'all know why I say that? Can I ask you a question? Have y'all lives changed a lot? Hi, Pumpkin. Have y'all lives changed a lot? Okay. So think about all of the people that you came in contact with. You met them at this space. And then you watch roots grow and the tree come up and all of these different beautiful things happen. And then God removes them, not just from your life, but from life, period. I've told y'all story after story where God would take me to a person. We would meet. I haven't even met all of y'all in person, but I met her in person. I touched her. You hear me? My son remembered her. I was like, remember Yulima? He was like, was she? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, Mom, she was so sweet. And he touched her. He hugged her and kissed her face before we left Tennessee. And he remembered her. I didn't have to, he couldn't even see my face. We was on the phone. And he remembered her instantly because of his amazing interaction with her. She was sweet. I'm telling you. Very mild. You hear me? So it's a feeling of getting to know y'all, watching y'all grow, watching y'all evolve and change, and watching all of the things that God do in y'all life. Because just like y'all hear me, I get to hear y'all stories. Wasn't she classy lady? Classy lady met her too. Q, Alicia. It was. Did we have a good time, classy lady? It was, and guess what? It was natural. It was a natural time. When I say nothing was it felt like we had known each other for years. You said, hey, CERCA, I just thought about her before you said she passed just now. Listen, her niece, I'm grateful they didn't have to tell us nothing. You hear me? to tell us anything. You know what that made me feel? Like we was a part of her life, a big part that her family even knew. When I say this, we are connected spiritually, y'all. What we live is exactly how the Bible lived it. They had never met, but they met in spirit. When you read about that, do you hear me? You read about this in the Bible. Paul having whole conversations with people he never met in person. They're texting back and forth on paper. We called that writing a letter back in the day. It's some of y'all that have maybe FaceTimed or talked, but some of y'all never met in person, but you couldn't tell nobody that the conversations y'all might write back or however it is that y'all talk, this ain't your family. You all have connected outside of the internet. You said, man, I love y'all, especially the bonds we form, and I'm thankful. Yeah. You said, yes, y'all my TT and uncles. Is. And look how we excited about this event tomorrow. Like we gonna be there for real. Listen, the births, right? In the club we all fam is. I'm telling you, like, I'm grateful. We have all grown. We have all transitioned and are transitioning still. You said facts. Them mamas helped me learn how to get them books. Come on. This is the thing. I'm not. This might sound crazy, but it makes me happy that she's not in pain. It makes me happy that she's not uncomfortable anymore. Does that make sense? And the fact that she got to come here and learn so much about so many things, and 9 times out of 10 maybe got her relationship closer with God. So I rejoice because it's like, you know what I'm saying? You hear? So maybe that's why a lot of times, like, because I've kind of done this part of it a lot. I told y'all my godmother came to me a long time ago and said, God is going to use you to help people transition. I said, I don't know what that means. Because he don't do the other side. What does that mean? And then it started happening. My daughter now works in the place where I told y'all I met the man that I call my grandpa. And God told me, and I told me to tell him to get with his son and all of these different things. Yes. And we did videos, and when he transitioned, mind you, he hadn't seen his son in like 27 years. And I told him, I said, I want you to go find your son. Oh, Angel. I said, no, I want you to talk to him. And then I set him in front of my computer and I just asked him questions about his life. And my friend was looking at me like, why are you doing that? God told me he wouldn't make it to the new year. It was March, April, May, June, July. In December 31st, 30 minutes before the end of the year, he departed. But that whole year, he got to meet his grandkids. He got to spend time with his son and his daughter-in-law. It was a lot of things that, in that 9 months, that might, like, his life changed. But then their life changed. And he would not see me. It was so crazy. I was so mad at him. Like, we gonna talk about it. Because he'll see everybody else but me. At the end, he didn't want to see me. You say, yes, that's what I wrote in my journal this morning. I was happy that she was a part of the community and was able to learn about God. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I believe she already had a relationship, but if it grew stronger while you was here, to know that y'all were having these things that are going on right now. I know she not here in body, but she here for 7 days in spirit. One. So she can hear everything that's going on. She can hear everything that's being said about her and everything. So I'm grateful that she knows that we love her. You hear me? I'm grateful. Mm-hmm. She can hear everything for the next 7 days, huh? So, very grateful for that. We love you, girl. And Blue. Mm-hmm. And she know a whole community. You know? I'm excited. I feel like because we've learned what we've learned, right? When one of us transitions, it is scary. But with all of the time, think about it. God said, I am my word, and my word is me. Look at how many things we done learned about God and what he did and how he made the solar system and all of these different things. We not leaving here with not knowing him deeper. What we do is not for the money. It's not for fame. We genuinely love on people. We take care of people that have less than us. We asking God to change us. We going back and getting stuff right. Every day we trying to renew our minds. It's not like we out here just going to church on Sunday and then we doing what we doing. You hear me? We renewing our minds every day. We are asking God to change us every day and really meaning it. We are stopping things that he don't want us to do. Like, I'm not saying we just know we going, but I'm saying, you know, we've been working on the stuff that he told us to work on. Your life changed, so then something changed. That part. Some of you are having to do less and you have more. I can't say all because I don't know. But some of you do less and now you have more. You do less running around, less working, less this, less that, and it's so much stuff you don't know where to put it. You know what that's called? Living in abundance. When you learn to live with less and be more responsible with what he gives you, he gave you more. You said, I'm a witness. True. You said, say it, circle. I'm true. You said, I second that. I'm just saying. When you stop chasing cash and you chase God, it's a thing. When his ways are more important than how you gonna get a bag, he don't care about giving you money or giving you stuff you don't even have to pay for. He let you keep the money you got and give you what you want. This is a twofold thing over here. Go away. With my daddy, he let me keep all the change. Nigga, you want your change back. And some interest. That's not how my dad worked. He gonna give me what I want. Folks done got couches, cars, you name it. With no sorrow added. Do you hear me? But you got to make what God wants more important. Remember I told you I was chasing a bag because I was going to prove to... Circle. Oh, thank you. I was going to prove to everybody that I was going to be a millionaire and this and that. This is young thinking. Because God gave me a business sense or whatever it was. But guess what? As long as I was chasing being successful in my career, I was always, I ain't gonna say chasing change, but it was always like crazy. It'll be good and then it ain't. Thank you. Thank you. It'll be good and then it ain't, right? And it's not all about having money. I have the needs. Listen, give me a minute, right? Give me a minute. Cause as long as I was chasing the money, I was irritated. I ain't gonna say chasing it, but always thinking about how to get it, or how much of it I didn't have, or if I had this much, how different my life would be. Why couldn't I have been such and such and such and such? As long as I looked at my life like that. And the only reason that I wanted to get to a certain point, hear me, was to prove people wrong. It was that carrot in my face every time. When I didn't care about all of that, and I was like, look, what is it? You hear me? God said, sit down and read. I said, yeah, that's not, that wasn't the answer I was looking for. I thought you was going to tell me to go apply at this place or go enroll in school or go, like, this doesn't seem like a plan. How is sitting down and writing and reading going to get me to where I'm trying to go? He said, have a seat, Papa Squat. And at first, it wasn't the Bible that I was reading. It was, just books about random things. But guess what would happen? I would run into somebody that needed that information, that might be able to fix my car, and there was some information they need, and they fixed my car for free, or for a little of nothing, which was what I had in my pocket, plus the everything else. Because he was trying to get me ready for daily blessings. And it's not always a financial thing, like you said, but what I'm telling you is, when my mind was focused on what I didn't have and what I should have and what this, yeah, then I was always, I don't want to say disappointed, but I felt let down. I felt like, God, I'm doing this and I'm not out here doing that. So why this ain't happening for me? But the way that he wanted me to go didn't have nothing to do with stacking no money. It didn't. It had to do with me meeting people, because the valuable thing was not money. The valuable thing was people. Kids. Changing generations. That was the valuable thing. Do you hear me? But I didn't want to sit down and study because I felt like that wasn't going to help me pay my rent. But in all reality, that's exactly what paid my rent. Because that brought me hair clients because I was home. It brought me, people used to pay me to cook food for them, all kinds of stuff. But had I been at work, I probably would have been having to go and do that and work. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it was always an exchange of services where favor ain't fair. I didn't need the money. Does that make sense? Or he would have a person put me on somebody's mind. I didn't sit and talk to this person for 8 hours straight about their life. But another person God put me on their mind, and then I didn't need the money. Now, I didn't talk to you for free. I ain't charging nothing. But for real, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I gotta pay my light bill. I'm listening, but I gotta pay my light bill. You said God has been repeating this message in my spirit. I'm trying to tell you. And then as soon as this person would leave, he would call somebody, a he or a her, it doesn't matter. Hey, I got something for you. I'll be on my way over there. Matter of fact, I'm pulling in. And what I asked for that morning, God, this is what I need. He said, well, let me tell you what I need. I need you to sit down and all that information I put in you, I need you to help this person with it. And that's how we got here. And it's been about 20 years. Over 20 years now. Because my baby about to be 22 next September. So we going on 22 years now. But when I chased the money, I never really chased money though. I don't want to say chase money. Because I never really chased money. But when I thought about why I didn't have the money that I felt like I needed or deserved, then I would get an attitude. Right? But he taught me to live with less. So I don't care if I have money or not. That's not a thing for me anymore. Long as like my bills are paid, if I don't have no extra, I don't care. Because I already know that he's going to send what I need. Like if I don't have it, he's already provided it somewhere else. And so then that changed the whole way I thought about, I got to have money that I can see, and I don't. Because I know with or without the money, he going to provide it. And that took me a while to learn. Because I used to think that everything was only going to come from me. I was my provider. He wasn't my provider. I would ask him to help me, but I already had a plan of how I was going to get it. A to Z is Z to A. And back to Z. And every last one of them didn't work out because he had already provided it for that day, for that week, for that month, whatever it is. And so then I was like, okay, you said sit down. I'll sit down. You said don't buy this, don't do your hair like that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And that leads in, this is crazy, leads into everything we talking about today. Because this is called, how much, or do you really love him? That's what this message today is called. Do you really love him? And we're going to get to it here in a minute. But do you really love him? Because when you love a person, pretty much whatever they ask you to do, you don't even hesitate. You jump on it. Yep, I'm on it. I'll get to it. And you're not going to make them wait. Right? When you love a person, you always going to try to come through for them. Right? No? You love your kids and you try not to let them down. Right? You love your husband. You try not to, or wife, you try not to let them down. Okay. Just keep that in mind here where we're going. Okay. Y'all right over there? I knew a change was coming, so I started to prepare myself how to move. But God had other plans. His plans is always other. Just pass all the A to Z's and go to other. Circle that one. Fill that little circle in right there. Pass A to Z and go. It's a other button down at the bottom. That's the one you push because that's the plan that's going to happen. The other. Did you not just hear what I just said? I'm trying to tell you. That's how I got here. He had to get me to where I wasn't worried about my appearance, where I wasn't worried about money. It was a lot of different things. You are not living what they say, so why do you care? That was a big one. Well, he said, are you living that way? No. But, so why are you worried about it? because it hurt my feelings. See, so do you live that way? Can anybody even prove that you did that? I didn't do it. Okay, so why are you worried about what they say? He said they said I was a drunkard. I was a for real. That was one of the hardest lessons for me is proving to somebody that I didn't do something. He said, you don't got to prove it to them because I know you didn't. You know, and I know what really happened. Why are you worried? So you just gonna hit me in my throat like that? I'm complaining to you about how they hurt my feelings about what they said. They said I'm lazy. And they said, he said, I didn't say that. Has been my stroke. They said I don't want to work. He said, but you work for me. And I pay you real good, don't? And this is before TikTok. This is since I left my mama house. You keep going where I ask you to go, and your payment is going to be there when you get there. Your housing is going to be there when you get there. If you don't have a car and you drive it on a mule, when you get there, it's going to be a horse for you. But I can't give you everything in the in between because it's robbers in there. You said I had to unlearn that real bad. Listen. And in between where I'm taking you and where you at right now, the people that met you where you at, if I don't shake them off and let them see you walking in rags and your face all sunk in, they gonna still be trying to siphon what I'm trying to build in you, taking the bricks as I put them in. So I gotta let them not want nothing to do with you, so you can make it through where they ain't gonna be where you ain't got nothing to take. They think you done fell off. That's what I need. So you can walk through the towns. You can walk, you can go wherever you need to go and do what I need you to do with no problems. Because they don't even recognize you. Freely. Thank you, Dad. It's too many stories to recount, I promise you. But I'll tell you this. As long as I was not thankful for what he already gave me, whether I had money in my pocket or not, as long as I was worried about man's deadlines, now I can, man's deadlines over his deadlines, I was always running behind the deadline. You hear me? Did you hear what I said? If they said the bill was due on the 16th, by about the 13th, I'll start tripping if I didn't have the money. Now I'm walking around with an attitude, fussing, acting crazy, short with folks. You said that is true. I was always in debt. Is that the same thing now, Miss Jamila? Huh? Was you said I was always, all was is past tense, right? That's what was mean. Absolutely not. I've become such a giver and I have left over. I'm so grateful. That's what I'm talking about. that. That. Listen. People think you cocky when you say whatever it is, but you don't get to make me feel bad about living a blessed life. Even if I'm living in my car, I can still be blessed. Even if I'm in a shelter, I can still live a blessed life. Do you hear me? I've done it. Is anyone in Oregon? They told us about it, Pumpkin. About the threat. Mm-hmm. We did. Someone else came in here and told us. And then also about Callie. What, Nicole? That's my baby name. Yep. God knows, y'all. Excuse me. He know. You said you're not in Oregon, but a tsunami warning. Okay. Okay. Again. Blessed life. Blessed life. You hear me? A blessed life. Say it. Right. Say it out loud. Even if you don't feel like it right now, say it. I live a blessed life. I know, y'all. Thank you, Jamila. I wrote what I didn't see, just like you said, Kayla. I wrote it like I expected to see it, and I've seen it all. And I'm not just I'm talking about prior to TikTok. Everything that I wrote down that I wanted to experience, I got to experience it. Or was offered the experience, whether I had the money or not. Yeah. It didn't matter if I had it or not. My kids needed something. It didn't matter if I had it. My daughter just talked about it yesterday. She said, Mom, that used to be crazy. I said, girl, no, that is faith, girl. People don't use it. They abuse it. And once I learned how to use it, I'm like, oh. I don't care what you say. How you gonna get this? I stayed away from those people. How you gonna get this and how you gonna get that? Them people will have you crazy. You expect something to just fall out the sky? Actually, it is going to. Because God sending somebody to call my phone. Ain't no long line from their house to my house like the cups that we used to use. It's falling out the sky. Because God told them in the spirit to come think about me. You hear me? That part. You said sending this to my fam. Now I live a blessed life. I'm trying to tell you. You hear me? Is you understanding? So where did it come from? It came from out of the air. If God put me on your heart or you on my heart, then I'm thinking about you. Where did that thought come from? Out of the air. Because God is the air. If you, God know you need money and he say, just go to the store with the change that you got in your pocket and you walking and you look down and the very amount of money that you need to get what you need from the store is under your foot, where did it come from? If when you get to the car place and you done prayed all the way there, And then you pull up, and because favor is all over you, you get there, and the person is cheesing and smiling, not because they think you whatever. God didn't already had a thing in their ear that you're going to bless the next person that come through the door. They don't know, they just talk to you on the phone. Now God said, go up there. They just told me, go up there. Some blessings you don't get until you present. You not even gonna know you gonna get it until you get there. I've stayed in hotels with my kids. When I say giving me the room for the low, giving me the room for the low. Not because I'm busting. No, I'm gonna bless you. How much money you got? Go to eat? Don't worry about it. No, I don't want y'all trying to put us in jail. I said don't worry about it. Have a nice night. Do you hear me? God will put you in blessing in situations to bless you. How about being at the store with my girl and getting your change back, and the next person came up and the exact same amount of change you had is what they needed and they didn't have it? Come on. Oh. She handed it right to them. This was a very powerful message to me. Never left me. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I know. Yeah, I already know. I told y'all the story about my baby going to the store and the man being behind her and rushing out to the car. But this is a blessed life. Because at her job, every day she giving somebody something free. Every day she paying for somebody food. No, don't worry about it. Here, I put extra breadsticks in there for you. It was a homeless man that used to go in there every day. And this is the different daughter that worked at another pizza place and used to feed the guy to where he knew her name and was asking, did she get a new job? Baby, you was trying to figure out what's going on. 15, 16, feeding her, on her own. I'm like, ooh, who that pizza for? She said, not you. He did it yesterday for me. I didn't have money for my daughter medicine yesterday, and he put it on my mind to check my other card and had $400 on it. I know them, girl. I stayed a week free with food for me and my kids from a man who tried to unalive us for their holiday. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, damn. Oh, for free. Got it. They paid for it. Got it. I'm trying to tell you, listen, be a blessing and you will see blessings. And it ain't always, listen, I used to do folks' hair for free, give away all of that. And I'm not saying it like whatever. People used to be like, you ain't got nothing. Why is you trying to help somebody else? You evidently don't understand the mathematics of God, do you? Never read the Bible about how they only had a little bit and they shared with somebody else and it didn't run out? You didn't read any of those stories? The secret sauce, Kayla. I'm living proof. Yeah, you too. That's what I said. This is the thing. I done had a lot of people make up stories about how my blessings was coming. This was the whole point of me telling y'all all that I told y'all today. People used to make up lies about, oh, she ain't nobody just and this and that, and I already know, honey, you can't tell me. Well then, you make up whatever stories you want to about how my blessings are coming. It ain't true. I don't really care. Say whatever you need to say. You hear me? Because none of it is true. If it were true, you might be able to embarrass me. You might be able to make me feel away. But it ain't true. I know what I was doing. I know where I was at. I know where my kids was. I know. You wasn't even there. You wasn't even around me. You said all you got to do is tell them what you need and it's on the way. For real. For real. For real. I told y'all a story about when I first moved in here and me and the lady I call my mom, my white mom, I was like, let's go to like Home Goods or one of them stores, I don't know. This 5 o'clock in the morning. She gets to my house at like 5:15 with coffee. Okay? Might have been 4:50. Anyway, I said everything that I need needs to be gray and pink because that's the color I was going to do my bathroom in. I had just moved in. It was like maybe 4 or 5 days after I moved in. Maybe a week, I'll give it. I was like, I'm going to do my bathroom in pink and gray. Do y'all know that every single store we went to, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Ross, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, and I think we went in Home Depot too. Every single place. All the main decor that was right there was pink and gray. Mirrors, the everything. And she said, what the hell? I said, I already told you what this is. You've been around me for how many months now? You've seen this happen every day. Every day. I met her in a shelter. And she used to be like, that's not going to happen. I said, whoa. Whoa. You speak that over your life. I guarantee y'all, if I was to call her and she'd answer right now, she'd tell y'all that faith is the number one lesson she learned from me. And mind you, she's 22 years older than me. "22 years older than me." You remember her? And now she believes. I've only known her 4 years. She's 2 years younger than my mother. You hear me? Or one, something like that. Not even just faith over fear, baby, but just faith, period. You hear me? Just faith, period. Everything that I would say, she would say, that's not going to happen. I said, why do you keep doing that? Well, I just know. You don't know nothing when it comes to my life now. If you don't believe it's going to happen, if you don't believe it's going to be there at the store for how much you got, that's what you do. But you don't get to speak that over my life. And I used to fuss at her like, girl, okay. Right. You can, because everything since we was in the shelter until now has happened. So why do you keep doing that? Crazy lady. And that's what I said. She said, all right, okay. Get it together. Let me unlearn you that. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. You're not about to keep saying what ain't going to happen over here. Because it's all happening. You said they wasn't going to let me walk around with this coffee cup. And I was jangling that thing until I left. They said you can't be out of your room until 6 o'clock. I was out at 2:30 every morning in that day room reading my Bible, baby. Who? It worked for who? The rules that apply to y'all don't apply to me. Favor don't work like, listen. The man that ran the place came in and said, I see you be reading your Bible and you be wanting to get out. So if you want to get out and do your studies, go on and do it. And everybody else got to be fine. Sit down and read them books. It's going to make a way for you. You hear me? So I don't care if I'm in the grocery store, everything. They said you can't leave. You got to be in by 9, baby. I done drove to Indiana, came back. They like, oh, just go on in. Don't worry about it. Thank you, because I had some business I had to take care of. Look, that was like lit. I got to do that like right now. She wasn't supposed to be out. I said, she my ride up there. She got to take me up there to grab this change real quick. They let her go. I said, see, you get to be out and do whatever you want to. We ain't got to rush back or nothing. You done came, ate some soul food, chill with my girls, and now we back on our way to the spot. Don't trip. I got your secret sauce, and dude, it don't matter the situation. Call me Josephina. You hear me? It didn't matter what situation Joseph was in, baby. The favor was on his life. When he was in prison and in a palace, and everywhere in between. He had to be taken away from his daddy at a very young age and thrown into a place where it was treacherous. Interesting. That sounds like I feel that, Joseph. But even in the prison, he got favor. Even in the trenches, he got favor. So much so that it caught the eye of the royals. And he went from basically running the prison to running a palace. Where you see he had money at? What money did you ever hear about him exchanging? When did they say? When he got up into the palace, he had a job and whatnot. But I'm saying, like, he was eating, he had a place to live, he was taken care of, and had favor in the place that he was. How many times did you see it said he had to do something for some? And he was where he didn't have no family. And then God turned around and blessed them so much that the family didn't even recognize him when they seen him. Interesting. Dang, cuz, that's you. I think I seen my cousin on TikTok. Nigga, you know this face. Dude. Hey, cousin. I told you, call my mama and said, I think I seen. Yeah, she do something over there. Not something. Not something. A lot, actually. I don't know. She got a little podcast. That's how they tell people. I heard them say it the other day. She got a little podcast over there. She do some kind of little podcasting thing. I actually don't have a podcast, actually. What I do have. If you know, you know. Come on, Kayla. What I actually have. You hear me saving people from damnation out here, setting people free over here. They listen, but listen. It's little when it's done went around the world. It's little when people is walking away from witchcraft. It's little. Now, these are saints now. It's little when people are not committing fornication and adultery, getting off drugs and alcohol and whatever else been troubling that. It's good. That's little. That's little that people is going down in Jesus' name and little kids is telling their brothers and sisters, you better not lie, you're going to end up on the second and the fifth heaven. That's little to you. That's little to you that maybe hundreds of thousands of people have grown their relationship. That's little. And I'm not doing numbers. I'm just saying. Even if it was 1,000 people, even if it was 5 people, even if it was just one person. It's nothing little about what God did here. But I let them call it a little podcast because make you feel better, to make it feel like it ain't nothing big. But baby, this, it's an I in here for a reason. It's an I in here for, see, we started WOU. We outside university, but God said, that's not big enough. I told you I was going to do something real big. I told you I was. And I told you it was going to go all around the world. I'm going to show you something. You got to scoop that over because I made space. Because I'm enlarging your territory. You're gonna need an eye in there. You hear me? You gonna need an eye in there. Because it's going to start like this. But at the end, at the end of it, because don't nothing my dad do belittle. I don't care if it is walking in the store and somebody giving you some money or you being able to give a person exactly what they need. Guess what? God moved heaven and earth to put it together. It's not little, because that person had to alter their day or be in a place where they normally wouldn't be. All of these things. That means the two cars in front of them had to be taking a long time, so you can just turn it on in and go to this store that you don't never go to. If it's little, enormous, so be it. Come on. Do you understand what I'm saying? You had to take a detour, be running late, so you can run into the person on the corner that you can't not look at for that 20 that you put in there, and you said, God, well, whoever, and that person on the corner said, God, I just need $20. I want to give me some food, some hot food, and get out the cold today. And you just so happen to get frustrated and not want to wait on the old lady that was turning real slow. You went around her, turned the other way, and went in there, and boom, there they was. It's nothing little about that. God used you to answer somebody's prayer, or God used somebody to answer your prayer that normally wouldn't even be there. Do you hear me? It could just be that they're going to give you a kind word, or an encouraging word, or give you the, oh, you look nice today, that you need because you don't hear it from your spouse. And not on some, oh, you look good, but oh, I like your outfit. Oh, I like your hair. God, I just need to hear something that make me smile today. You go in the store all the time. Why that person ain't there telling you that every day? Because he moved them, because before he knew you needed to hear it, he already had them on their way there. Like, he'll even do stuff like have people call you crazy. And then the very information that they was telling people you shouldn't get, now they asking you to send them a book about it. Can you point me in the direction of the very information that you told people I was crazy for reading? Sure, it's on page. I lived my Joseph experience. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I used to ask God for the Joseph experience, and what I mean by that is, once I looked at my life, I said, this has to be Joseph. So, okay, I'm going to go through that. Do y'all remember what happened with Joseph and his family? Joseph went through for a very, very, very long time struggling. People said he was dead. People called her and said, I think they found her somewhere, blah, blah, blah. Had my mama stressed out. I was alive. In real life. She'll maybe one day tell y'all the story. I was alive and well. She just didn't know where I was at. But somebody called her and told her that they found me in a ditch. Dead. My mother, her only daughter, when I was like 13 or 14. In real life. But I was alive and well. And God was training me. She didn't see me for almost like 2 years, I think. It was like 2 years she didn't see me. During the time that I was in my prison experience, as I'll call it, everybody in my family was doing super well. Everybody. What brought Joseph's family to Egypt? His daddy and his brothers. Joseph had learned to live on less. And then he was so wise with the little that God was giving him that God put him in a position to not only be able to help himself and the people that God put him over, but when his family came hungry, the very people that left him for dead, he fed them. Made sure they had clothes, nice haircut, a bed to sleep in. Mm-hmm. For real. So there have been times in my life, for real, it's crazy. I had the real Joseph experience. I'm having it. Still having it. People, learn as much as you can about God's way. It don't matter what it look like to other people. You will come out on top at the end. And not saying you're gonna crawl and be stepping on people, but whatever it is that they thought you left it in, God is going to use that as fertilizer to be able to give you a different life. And people won't even recognize you. And what I mean by that is they just so used to seeing you in chains, bound and depressed and sad and angry or disappointed. They get used to that. But they don't understand that God is using that to build character. He is using that to chisel out your gift. You hear me? He's using that to chisel out. You said that was your life growing up. I'm trying to tell you. What the devil meant for bad in my life, God has turned every single thing of it around for my good. Everything. Not one thing has not been turned around for my good. And that's why I journal, because I can go back and see what it was, and I can go now and see what it is. I have the in between. You hear me? I have the in between. And I get to stand courageously, okay? I don't want to say proudly, but courageously in what I'm saying, because I went through all of the ugly. Come on. You said now if I don't have any money, I just say I believe you, Father God. If y'all knew, listen. I'm trying to tell y'all, listen. That part. And everything I need show up, whether I have it or not. Because he know I'll be like, now listen. No, hold on, Dad. Wait a minute. Just here for a second. But guess what? I don't really worry. And even before this, I used to be like, I don't know. God is gonna do what He does, and He always do. And that's it. That's all. This ain't even where we were supposed to be going today. We were supposed to be somewhere else. Y'all, we done went several places. Y'all done. Somebody feel like you in a Joseph experience right now? Your family acting weird? Like, what was this all about? I don't even know how we got over here. We were supposed to be somewhere else. It's the problem with this class. We can't. Nothing is little. It's not. And two, I hope that y'all understand when I'm talking, I'm not bragging. I'm not doing any of that. But I always told God I'm going to tell every part of my story. I'm always glad to get to catch y'all live before I clock in. Hey, Michael, nephew. Excuse me. Listen, but I told him I'm going to tell the ugly parts, the good parts, all the in between. And it's a true thing. I have to. And when I look at certain things, I don't want to go back. And what that means is, I don't, oh child, let me tell you, family is unbelievable sometimes. Wow, and I'm finding that out. So maybe this is for you. I don't know who it's for, but don't worry about it. Let them talk. Let them say what they're going to say. Let them treat you. I mean, you ain't got to, but sometimes God will allow you to be treated badly for a number of reasons. I lived the Joseph experience since the age of 5. Come on. Come on. That part. So maybe this is so you know that you ain't the only one. I'm having a deja vu right now. I swear I went through this today already, even down to watching the class right now. I'm confused. I love this class. Oh, Pumpkin. Listen, this the thing though. It's been on my mind a lot about everything that I went through was for something else. And I've always felt like that, but even more just right now. Concentrated. Do you? Of these classes, Queen? Or just all the time, period? Look, here we go now. Don't tell me got me having y'all in my business too, telling me what I'm gonna say before I say it. Oh, you have them in class. Interesting. Mm. Wait a minute now. Some of y'all he do be telling. I be getting ready to say it, and y'all say it out y'all mouth, and I be like them. Well, that. Well, that. But all jokes aside, though, with this, I'm grateful for what we do here. I'm grateful for what we share here. I'm grateful. Yes, when you're in class, it comes back to you. If you really, God taking me through another stormy season, and this is going to be okay. Listen, this the thing. Interesting. So he be having y'all in my business. Hey, auntie. Go tell me more. Wait a minute. He be having y'all in my bed. I know he had Rika in my bed. Right, Kayla. I know. Believe it or not, CERCA will be chasing me in my dreams, and then I wake up to real life, and she does it on here, chastising me. Are you serious? Quit playing. She said I be chastising her in her dreams, and then wake up. That is some spooky deja vu. Yes. Listen, y'all. If y'all noticed, he took his survival stuff with him. Okay, I'm not playing. All I hear is you yelling my name. Queen! I tell my husband all the time. Hilarious. I'm sick of her saying my name. So, I want to say this. Maybe the reason God had me talking about all of this because it's faith. Because we got family members too that are in places. And it's not that I'm not worried about them, y'all, but I had to get that out. Okay? It's a few people that came in and told us about the hurricane. I mean, not the hurricane, but the threats and stuff like that. But when I'm right there, like I can feel it. Those were things that I needed to say. Okay? Y'all hear me? Maybe somebody needed to hear it that ain't even in our class, but this is for them. I don't know, but I felt it. Talking to y'all about the ugly, the good, and understanding. Somebody who might have been in here that's a new parent. Somebody, you see what I'm saying? You said I'm at the eye doctor and the computers are down. Listen. I was trying to give y'all a day just a little bit where we didn't start out talking about the world is ending. I was trying to give y'all some hope and because it's a lot going on. Y'all hear me? And so I haven't been ignoring the comments, but I just want to give people hope because I don't want them thinking that every time I get on here, that's the first thing we're going to talk about, even though it normally is. Okay? But I wanted to give God some credit in showing how He brought me out and some of the transitions that I had to go through because sometimes people are wanting to understand certain things. You know what I'm saying? And kind of like church, sometimes you don't really get the in between. So, no, no, no. It's okay. I got you. I got you. But some other people had came in and said it. So, definitely, we always pray for everybody here. You said sometimes I need the outside. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right. That's what I'm talking about. Because we getting, you said it hit home for you too. Okay, pumpkin. Because this is the thing. It's so much going on. Sometimes you need to hear a testimony about how God changed a person's life, or no matter what the situation looked like, which is crazy, because that kind of goes along with that. You might not be where your child is. I just talked about not being where your child is, and your child being away from you. We also talked about uh what can seem like the worst situation that is happening, but God is going to turn it around for the good. Well, we got family members that are in places right now that are facing some crazy stuff, but again, it goes along with what's going on right here. It don't matter what man say is happening. It don't matter. You know to pray and ask God for what you want. So whoever is in the space where it's earthquake, tsunami, the bomb threat, if you're able to, you should be in your prayer closet. And you should have your journal with you, right? I mean, keep the radio and whatever near, but this is a time when you go. When disaster is on its way, is when you get into the space. I needed this topic today because of my situation with my father and what I had to experience. Okay. No weapon. You're right. All I'm saying is this. Y'all know we'll pray for our family. We always sending up prayers. But also, this is a time. Because what are we going to do when we can't ask for prayer in here because we can't talk to each other? But you getting news on the radio. You said, journal, stay strapped to my hip. I gotta go. That part. Let me ask you a question. When communications are down and we can't talk to each other and ask for prayer, what are you gonna do if you hear something on the news? When we don't have communal prayer or you don't have, you hear me? You hear me? What are you gonna do? You hear me? Right. Because we coming into a time where communication might be broken. And we going to have to know how to get in contact with God for ourselves. Not saying we not going to pray here. Not saying we're not praying. Because y'all know, we always asking God, get your oil wherever y'all at. That is the danger. Have you got your oil and run around your area and pray for your space or your neighborhood? For everybody that is telling me, what are the tools that you're using to keep the storm or to keep the craziness away? If you in where there's a bomb threat, have you took a walk real quick up and down your block with some oil on the bottom of your feet and prayed for your neighborhood? Touched the sidewalk and said, God, not right here? What faith walk is you doing right now? Have you called your child or family and said, hey, you need to get up and go get your oil and go around that house and go outside. You ain't got to pour a lot. Put some on your shoes. God, I need you to put warring angels over my house or angels that can cover this space. Because the people that was in Asheville did it and a lot of their houses didn't get torn up, even though right on the other side it was. Olive oil. You said I just told my family in Oregon as well? Okay. Come on. Because we can all pray, but there needs to be some action. Do you see what I'm saying? Faith is an action word. We talked about this. So, yes, we can pray, but have y'all put the blood on the door post? Have you gone around and spoke over your neighborhood or had them to speak over their neighborhood, what you don't want to be there? My great-grandma is about to be the year. Oh, grandson is about to be 15. Oh, y'all having a conversation I don't know about. A hedge of protection. Come on. I'm not sitting up here talking to y'all about all this faith and then we not moving in it. You hear me? Maybe that's what this whole thing was about, was faith, because that's all I had at 11 until now. It didn't matter what it looked like. It didn't matter what nobody was saying. I knew God was going to take care of me. And so this is this. You hear me? Because we come into a time, y'all, where we probably won't even be able to talk. We won't be able to send no messages. This boot camp. You hear me? Do y'all hear me? I tell you what's kind of crazy too, that we read about old boy being sieged, and now today up in Montana, what are they talking about? An attack that would be being under siege, right? Well, siege is more like surrounded, but an impending siege or a siege that might be coming. We studied about a siege either yesterday or the day before, didn't we? We talked about how God blinded the people and put them right into the camp where the other people was talking about they was gonna hurt them at. Did I read that with y'all, or did I read that with somebody else? Did we read that about the people going blind? I read that with y'all, right? That intended on hurting the other people, but God had already let them know that the attack was coming. Did we talk about that yesterday? And now today, the kids are out of school because okay. I'm sure we got some. What's even crazier is where it said Montana. Have we talked about Montana here? Did we talk about the upper United States and why they was clearing out trees up there in all of those places up there? Did we talk about that? Huh? Why the fires up north was burning? Did we? In the Northwest? Yeah, we did. We talked about who's right next door across the little water thing. Remember? Yeah. Who's this? Excuse me. Who's that? Right? Right? You see it now? Did we talk about them being over there? Way before they start showing us the maps of if something were to happen, where it would hit. Did we talk about it? Thank you. Did we? Thank you, sir. So let me ask you a question, right? Now that those three countries have hooked up, now we have a threat up north, northwest, that's right next to. I mean, you get what I'm saying? This is only after they they got clicked up. What, 3 days ago? Huh? Y'all think so? Huh? Remember I talked about them pulling up their Tonka trucks and stuff? They want to play Battleship. Well, I guess we'll get to the regular part of the class. Since we've been here 2 hours, I had plans on hopping on here and finishing my potatoes. But I guess he had another plan. Because what we was about to read, I was about to tell you to get your stuff. Oh, I already know. Listen, when I talked to my baby daddy a couple weeks ago and I told him about weather as a form of raw fare, he laughed in my face. He was in the military. I said, here, you need to read this. We talked about our coast being, didn't we? Did we talk about the coast? And how all of the areas around our coastlines are being devastated? Did we talk about it? So it'll be easier to just, everybody's all in an uproar about how everything is so destroyed. You said, right, it shocked me when we first talked about. Okay, I'm just saying. We talked about it. And now the West Coast, we didn't have the Northeast, we didn't have the Southeast, we didn't have the Gulf, and boom, it came around. Oh, and the fires up top. So, you tell me what that is. People getting people walking through backyards in Northern America coming over from Canada with backpacks and stuff on. They got some things on their head that's a little different. I mean, I just be trying to figure out what y'all see. Can't forget about the bridges that collapsed too and been on fire. And the plants that's been igniting and stuff. I just It's all happening. Our borders are being devastated. A lot easier to pull your Tonka trucks up. You know what I mean? To me. I'll be right back, y'all. Please get your armor on while I make my coffee. And these are not my words. I'm just going to tell y'all. Also, I want to tell y'all, I was going to tell y'all last night. I'm not telling y'all, I wasn't. I was going to tell y'all last night, but I wanted to make sure. So, we're going to give away 4. This is to the people that's already been prepping now. You hear me? So, we're adding to the giveaway. This is to the folks that's already been prepping. So, I got to take care of my people that listen. Okay. We're going to give away 4 of those cast iron bread pans. Okay? And so we're going to do it a little differently. I'm not going to order them to my house like I normally do. I'm just going to send them straight to you. Because that's going to be stupid trying to send postage. I'm not doing all that. Now, the other stuff, I had to put the buckets together. But we're going to give away 4 of the cast iron bread pans. So if you've already been prepping, just send your address and your name and your TikTok or YouTube name. Okay? You hear me? Okay, we're going to give away 4. So, if you've already been prepping, send me your address. It's only 4. We got 4. Okay? So, if you've already been prepping and you want to tatnotplace@gmail. I think we still need 2 other people that have a wood stove for the wood stove fans. No, Auntie, not right now. What happened, Auntie Judy? Wait a minute, what I missed? No, ma'am. But we're gonna do we're gonna give away 4 of the bread pans. Okay, the cast iron. It has the cast iron lid and the cast iron bottom. And so we're gonna give away 4 of those. We got 3 or 4, I can't remember, of these, which is the fans. Okay, and if you have a wood burning stove, you just sit this on top of it. Okay, and it don't need no electricity or nothing, and it will. And your TikTok name, so I know who you is. Yeah. So there's this fan. Wait a minute. Okay. So even if you bought one of the little like that orange stove thing, it'll work on there too. Like, so if you got a one like that or this, the 2 at the top. And basically it's heat activated. So when you sit it down on your heater, it's just going to turn on. It'll start blowing. It'll just start moving on its own. I don't know how it works, but it's heated. It's a couple wires in there. But you can sit this right down on your wood burning stove, and it'll circulate the heat. So we have 3 or 4 of these. I think it's 3. For you. Okay? And so there's 3 of those, or 4. I can't remember. 3 or 4. 3. We're gonna say 3, and then it's 4 bread pans. I was about to say bed pans. 4 bread pans. They're cast iron. They have a cast iron lid. So like if you had to cook on top of your wood burning stove, you could just sit that down on top of the stove, and it's gonna cook because the stove is gonna heat it up, and it has the lid on top. If you had to, you could put a couple of coals on top of that, and then you would be able to make bread if there's no power. Right? Y'all hear me? Now, is y'all ready for this beat down or no? Because it's about to get ugly. Put on your stuff. Do you hear me? Get all of your armor on. Cause I'm feeling like Glorilla today. Your nephew didn't send me shoes. I'm about to put some work in. So go on and get your stuff. You hear me? Cause I'm about to put the stomp down today. So get your stuff. Get your stuff. I got my tennis shoes on today. That put a different. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no flip flops and slides in here today. I'm choosing the V word. You hear? I'm choosing it. I chose it last night. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm about to read this in class tomorrow." Oh we get ready. So just put your stuff on, but they not my words. I'm just gonna say them. Are you ready to rumble? Ooh, I read this and was clutching my pearls all evening. So just get your stuff. Now, all I want to know is, did you write on your paper, do you really love him? I need you to write with your stuff, do you or I really love him. You said, let me get my full stuff. Come on. I'm just about, I hope, because we going to find out today. Depending on how much you identify with, we about to find out if that's a true statement or not. Whew, here we go. You gonna need it, because I sure did. I said, well, wait a minute. Okay, so what, you just not gonna work now because you done updated or what? What the heck? Y'all don't know. Oh, there we go. Just know I love y'all with all my soul and all my heart. You hear me? I love you with all my heart and all my soul. Are you ready? We gonna be in the NIV version, the New International today. Gonna get ready. Is you ready to rumble? Is you ready? Get your pen and paper. Go. Let me run to the restroom because I don't want to have to take no breaks. So I'll be right back. let me go and get together. Give me about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Hold on. What Kendrick Lamar say? Squabble up. Kendrick Lamar says squabble up. I'm just gonna tell you, get ready. Here we go. I love you, I love you, I love you. I need you to go. Woo! To Ezekiel 23. Oh, yeah. Ezekiel 23, please. Come on. NIV, let's go. Here we are. I hope you're ready. This is about to get ugly. Come on in. Here we go. The word of the Lord came to me, son of man. There were 2 women, daughters of the same mother. You said, do you really love us is the question. We about to see. So they were sisters. They became hoes in Egypt. Not sister hoes and not sister wives. You said what? You said the 2 sisters was hoes. They was ladies of the night. They was getting paid real good. They was 304 talk. Interesting. Engaging in hoeing from their youth. So you was a young hoe and an old hoe. Interesting. And this is Bible. So you've been a 304 since you was young. Oh, okay. All right. In that land, they booby tubies was fondled and their V-card bosoms caressed. So you just been getting felt up since you was young? You didn't do nothing, but you let them play with you a little bit. You didn't go all the way. You just... Oh, okay. So you played with the devil just a little. You toyed with him. Interesting. Okay. The older one named Ahola, and her sister is Aholibah. Not that y'all both got Ho in y'all name. You Ahola and you Aholibah. Interesting. God gave them interesting names. They were mine and gave birth to sons and daughters. Ahola is Samaria and Aholibah is Jerusalem. You said the way I just screamed at both their names. Girl, they were sisters. And both of y'all was hoes. Interesting. Ahola engaged in hoeing while she was still mine, God said. So, Samaria used to belong to God. Interesting. But while she was with God, boy, she was throwing it back with every nigga that looked her way. Interesting. She lusted after her lovers, the Assyrians, warriors clothed in blue, governors and commanders, and all of them handsome young men and mounted horsemen. Oh, so you like an army man. You like the governors. You like to go to the Trump Hotel and dress up and catch you one. You ain't going to the streets. You going where the money is, where the power is. Oh, okay. She gave herself as a 304 to all the elite. So you was a groupie. You was going to all the basketball players' parties, all of the NFL parties. You was going to where all the models was, sir, so you could catch you one. You said only for the best of them. You know what? Sit down somewhere. Oh, my goodness. It says the elite of the Assyrians and defiled herself with idols of everyone she lusted after. So you didn't say no to nobody long as they was an Assyrian, long as he had locks, long as she had real long hair, she was a little light skinned and wasn't too ghetto, she could get it? Really? Because she had all of the stuff you like. She wore the name brand. Her parents was, oh, okay. Always looking for one that got her parents got money so you can slide on in and, you know what I'm saying, be a part of the family. Oh, interesting. She did not give up the hoeing. She began in Egypt, when during her youth men slept with her, caressed her virgin bosom, and poured out their lust on her. So you moved from city to city hoeing. You moved from man to man and woman to woman. You got a type and you stayed right on that lane. Interesting. Therefore, I delivered her into the hands of her lovers. Wait a minute. Hello? Girl, what's up? Girl, nah, we was just arguing and stuff, huh? Girl, I pushed him first. Girl, you know how he get. He was just upset. I shouldn't have made him mad because I know how he is. Huh? I mean, it ain't swole that bad. Girl, he grabbed my ponytail. He only pulled out a few of my locks in the back. Why he hit? Because I accused him of cheating with that girl. He probably really didn't do it. Because see, he said they just friends. Huh? Oh, girl, hold on. Let me sit up. I can't breathe. You said why I can't breathe? Because he hit me in my side. I mean, we was wrestling and I fell off the bed. You said, ooh, I'm finna go. Nah, come on and sit on back down. God said you got all cute. You made sure you put your best cologne on. Made sure that you smelled good and your hair was, your lining was real crispy and your braids was cool and your locks was all roped up and everything. And now she tearing your stuff up, calling your baby mama, busting your windows out at your mama house. And now, because God told you don't go over there. He told you quit flirting with what you don't know it really is. You looking at how nice they dressed. You looking at how much money they got. You looking at how everybody always want to be around them, but you don't really know how evil they are behind closed doors. And I'm trying to protect you from what you think you want. I done been good to you. I made sure that your kids had what they needed. I gave you the new job. When you needed a car, I let somebody give you one. When your kids didn't have no gifts for the holidays, even though that ain't my thing, I came through for you. Hoping that you would love me more than you love these lovers you running after. I never let you down. I held you when you cried in the night about how they treated you. And then as soon as your eye healed and as soon as you got your window fixed, and you went back. And not just one time. Not just 2 times. And then even when you left them, you found somebody else and you still didn't come back to me. So I let you have them. But I knew who they were because I knew somebody else they used to date. And I know what they did to them once they got in their good graces. But you didn't want to believe me because you thought I just wanted you to be over here with me. But I did because I wouldn't treat you like that. And I still love you, but I gotta let you be happy. Real love will let you go. Because real love don't want to hold you back. Real love will give you the consequences of your actions and even forgive you several times. But it's going to let you go. It's not going to hold you hostage. Real love. It'll let you go find out. So that when you do come back, you choose me for real. Not until you find another lover. Not until you trust me until you find another job, then it's you that got you there. You trust me until you graduate school. I fed you while you was in school, and I kept your car going, and I got you rides, and I made sure that all of the funding that you needed to get to where, I feel the power, to get to where you was going. And then as soon as you graduated, you forgot about me. You forgot about who fed you and multiplied your grants and gave you extra scholarships because you told me that you love me, and so I gave you my best. When they said you couldn't have kids, I gave you kids anyway. But you give the doctors my credit. When you had cancer, I healed you, and you tell me it was the medicine. Even though I was with you every night that you cried, when your body was in pain and felt like your bones were splitting, when you couldn't see and I opened your eyes. And yet, as soon as you are healed, you go back to what you was used to. The same thing that got you sick. The same thing that had you barely walking, that you had to fight to get away from, that you loved so much. It took everything you had and you barely made it to my door, and I still let you in. I still let you come in, and I cleaned your wounds, and I dressed you, and I fed you, and I strengthened you, and as soon as you were strong enough, you left. And I saw you riding in those chariots and cars with them. But I wasn't gonna cause you no trouble, because I love you and I want you to be happy. But I know you'll never be happy without me. Man, I used to have your sister heart, because she used to watch how much you loved me and how good I took care of you. But you started teaching her. You taught your homegirls to cheat on their husband, and your homeboys to cheat on their wives, and to buy expensive things and steal stuff so that people could look up to them. And I would have gave you whatever you wanted. You took the beautiful bed and sheets that I gave you and spread them for every single one of your lovers. You took the great body that I gave you and you dressed it up for other people. You said, wow, Circa, this goes with my devotional this morning. His princess in disguise is interesting. Here we go. It says, therefore I delivered her into the hands of her lovers, the Assyrians, for whom she lusted. I'm going to let you have what you want. Go on and get it. If you like it, I love it. They stripped her naked and took away her sons and daughters and unalived her with the sword. How many people have gotten with somebody that got their kids taken away from them because of abuse? And there were several times when that person could have left and they didn't. And so their kids got taken away and put somewhere else or gave to somebody, and they still didn't leave. And then they was on first 48. Took everything, even their life. It's men that have lost contact with their children in behind a woman that everybody know ain't no good for him. So now his mama don't talk to him, his daddy don't talk to him, and then you know what she do? She get him set up, even though he was really, 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 really good to her. But he didn't know who he was with. The warnings came that this person don't love you like you love them. The warnings came that they only want to use you for what you got. So they paraded themselves around in front of you to make you think they were kind and sweet to you in the beginning, because they had to hide who they were. But I knew, and I tried to tell you, because I seen somebody else they used to be with. And I saw how that person had life and was flourishing until they got with them. And then you just saw the life drain out of their face. And they started losing things one by one. But I tried to tell them. Now we on our way to a funeral. God gave him or her a chance to walk away. He let them get free, and they went back. It says she became a byword among women, and punishment was inflicted on her. Interesting. Her sister, Aholiba, saw this. Yet in her lust and hoeing, she was more depraved than her sister. So you out here and you ain't even using nothing. You ain't even getting paid doing that thing back for clout. You worse than your sister? You worse than your homegirl that only cheated on her husband with one man? You didn't had 17. Any nigga that look your way, you throwing it back. You don't even care. At least your sister had a type of man that she was going for. Your brother had a type of woman that he going for. Baby, it don't matter where you see them, where you pick them up, that you going for the gusto. And you not using no protection. You just out here. Because you going to satisfy your needs whenever you feel like it. You going to go get another job and quit praying. You going to find a friend that know how to steal and act like God don't see it. You said crazy. This exact thing is happening now. Interesting. You said sending this to my cousin. I'm going to just keep reading. Okay, here we go. She too lusted after the Assyrians, the governors and the commanders and warriors in full dress, mounted horsemen and all handsome young men. I saw that she too defiled herself. Both of them went the same way. So you running in behind your sister. She was with the governor and you was with the governor too. Because y'all both trying to get y'all bread. You mess with your brother baby mama because, it was there. And she been digging you. And he pissed you off, so might as well tap his girl. That nigga thought I forgot that he tapped my girlfriend when we was 13. Oh, okay. You saw all the hell that the people did and went through before you, and you still followed in that pattern. You saw what happened to your mama when she conducted herself like that. You saw what happened to your daddy when he conducted himself like that, and you still went. Oh, all the men in my family been in prison. I ain't worried about it. What if God is using you to not be the one that is enslaved? What if God is using you to be the woman that stops the line of hoes? What if God has used you to be the person to say, yeah, I'm not messing with no married person. I'm going to just keep myself and I'm going to just get busy. What if you are the one that is supposed to change? But if you only do what everybody in your family always did, or all of your friends always did, you going to end up where they at. You're not getting away. God's grace and mercy kept you from getting caught. Kept you from burning, kept you from going to jail. God's grace and mercy. But since you want to continue running in the wrong way, going to get yourself put in punishment or in chains or in God knows what else, because it'd be a whole bunch. He gonna let you do it. Because he wants you to love him for real. You got one time to tell me I could be with somebody else. Just once. That's letting me know you're thinking about it. So what we gonna do here is I'm a bag on now. You ain't got to worry about me. Because I know I'm not the one you want. You're not the only one that can. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me it's other people. You ain't about to keep hurting my feelings. Because you don't know how to. I know how to love. And I don't got to keep giving my love away to a person that don't appreciate it. Because then I'm just keep forgiving you for stuff that you could avoid. Ain't nobody got time for that. You said facts. I fade to the background and do. And that's friends, family, relation. I'm not competing to be in your life. If you don't want me, I won't be here. You ain't gotta worry about me. I'm not competing to be in your life. You're not on my street. You sitting in my living room right now. Uh-oh. We just gonna read. Read! And the Lord said that we just okay. Ooh. It says, but she carried her hoe in further. Now you got an OnlyFans. See, your sister stay local. You done took your hoe international, baby. They done seen your gap all around the world and all around the... They ain't even got to leave their house to see you. At least your sister, when she went, it was discreet. Long as they got some change, they can get what they need from you. She saw men portrayed on the wall. Ooh, look at Denzel, baby. I know he got a wife, but honey, bro, I don't care that Weezy smashed her, nigga. She bad, nigga. That don't mean nothing to me, nigga. I'm in there. Huh? You getting off planes and going to hotels and meeting people in the hotel, don't know nothing about them. And because it's a turn-up weekend, you putting yourself in danger. You're going down to Florida and up to Chicago and out to Cali and to Vegas. Don't forget Black Bike Week. And all the girls' trips overseas and the guys' trips overseas. Is really an excuse for you to not use any protection and have exotic things going on, and then you come back like to God, like, oh God, please don't let me be sick. Oh God, I had 180 proof, and God, please, I ain't gonna do it no more. Your homeboys call, hey bro, we got another trip, nigga. Yeah, I'm on board, nigga. Let me get my stuff. We went to Puerto Rico now, nigga. We going to the DR, nigga. We hear too many stories of that. A lot of them end up unalive, too. Uh-oh, here we go. Your whoredoms then got your life took. Interesting. When God is saying, I can give you everything that you need, you don't got to go searching for it. It ain't just passport bros no more. Chicks is flying to get their back cracked, huh? Chicks is flying to get their back cracked, too. By a big mandingo down there, and what's the name? Yeah. By a Brazilian poppy and a French man that's going to give them just some butter on their croissant. You said, baby, I'm trying to tell you, everybody, all of them, all of them. You know how kids be like, not that you want to keep falling off. I'm just saying, we ain't going to sit here and just put it all on the men now. Everybody know a woman can cheat better than a man 100%. That's why they be ready to kill somebody when they find out. She... I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. Listen here. Them niggas be broke down in the seat, driving crazy, crying, mad. Listen here. What you mean? cheated. He didn't ask her to be forgiven 100 times, and she did, and he can't forgive one. I'm done with her. All of them is hoes. Ain't none of them good. How many baby mamas you got since you been with her? That don't count, bro, because I always came home, bro. Bro, I always took care of home, bro. Everybody know how a woman is. I made sure I paid the rent, though. It don't matter what I do outside of here. I take care of home, bro. Right. No, you don't, actually. Moving on. Listen, they can dish it out, but can't take it, baby. They be about to crash out. You hear me? I've been the one to talk a lot of niggas down off the edge. I told y'all all my friends was guys. And I said, well, didn't you cheat on her last week? That ain't what I'm talking about. She been doing this. I said, sir. Sir. You do realize I'm the one that you talk to about being scared and how you get her back, right? I don't want to hear that right now. Oh, okay. Well, you might want to call me back because I don't know what because I'm going to just tell you I know why she did it because you told me that you've been cheating on her. So, what did you expect? Sir, calm down, please. Nah, man, I'm telling you, you ain't about to do nothing but go home and get in the bed. You can't ask for something you don't give. You want God to give you his all, but do you give him your all? He let you slide when you cheated with the job. That shoe don't feel nice on the other foot. It sure don't. God told you stay home. You trying to get ahead at the job, and God said stay home. The manager said if you come in, I'll do this, and then they didn't do it. But God knew they wasn't. That's why he said stay home. I was going to give it to you anyway because I was going to have the boss over them. The reason they did it is because they heard the boss saying he going to bless you. And they don't really mess with you like that. But guess what? You thought since they sweet talked you into it and you listened to them over me, now you're not going to get it for 7 months. I had it right there. I was getting ready to give it to you. But you think you know better than me. Coming the way you think it's gonna come. Especially when God don't know if he can trust you. How many times you told him I ain't gonna do it no more? It was a moment of weakness. I just got stressed out, God, because you wasn't coming fast enough, and so I just went ahead and tried to do something myself, but now I made an even bigger mess of it, and now she or he is looking for me to hurt me. Even though I've already lost everything, the only thing I have is my life. They made me lose everything else. My friends, my family, my stuff, my job. I'm in check systems. My credit is gone. Yeah, I said that's what you wanted. Matter of fact, they about to knock on the door. Prepare yourself. Squabble up. Squabble up. Because they on their way. Squabble up. Ooh, shoot. God said, okay. Well, I kept trying to tell you, but they going to be at your door in just a minute. Just hold on. Because you about to take this whooping. I'm fed up with you. Moving on. It says, figures of the Chaldeans portrayed in red with belts around their waist. Like red bottoms. Interesting. with belts around their waist and flowing turbans on their head. Also, you like the Persian daddies. And all of them looked like Babylonian chariot officers and natives of Chaldea. Wait a minute, I know who lived in Chaldea, honey. Y'all remember Naaman? Everybody remember Naaman, right? Y'all remember how she got in trouble? Y'all remember? Okay, moving on. As soon as she saw them, she lusted after them and sent messengers to them in Chaldea. Hey, look, that one I showed you? Yeah, tell him I said what's up. Girl. I seen the way he was looking at me. I got that in a bag, babe. Just tell him meet us at such and such. Don't tell him I'm gonna be there though. I'ma just walk in. You tell him to be there at 10. I'll be there about 10:45. So you didn't send word about the sin you about to create. You didn't hit him in the inbox like, hey, what's up? My sister said you was looking for me. I already know what's up because my sister messed with your homeboy. What's up with you, little daddy? Oh shoot, my bro already told me about your girl. You know what I'm saying? What's up? You gonna put a word in for me or what? So Jerusalem said, y'all got a lot of armies. Y'all got a lot of soldiers. I like the way y'all governors govern, y'all bosses. We gonna hook up with y'all. We don't need God. It's okay that y'all don't really pray to the Creator. We'll look over that because we need what y'all got. We'll give our daughters to you. We'll give our sons to you. We'll let you put a couple idols over here because we can't mess with you like that. In my cash doll voice, I heard I was looking for me. Come on, I heard I was looking for me. Here I go. You hear me? That part. You didn't think I could protect you? You didn't think I loved you enough? I didn't tell you what I had downstairs in the basement. That's why I didn't let you come down there. Because if anybody came over here, I was going to handle it. But since you don't think I'm capable of taking care of you, of making sure you're straight, and you went behind my back and talked to a nigga I don't even really mess with like that, when you don't even know that's a nigga that I told you, I didn't tell you his name, but I told you it was somebody that was lurking around our house. You tried to be slick and ended up in the enemy's bed. And now you done told that nigga everything we got in here. He's had access to places that he shouldn't have had access to. Hey, Tadera. She know the code to the safe because you left it open trying to clown and show her how much you had and all of this, and you didn't know she was watching in the mirror that you had on the ceiling. You think about tearing her up, and she about to tear your life up. Moving on. Okay. Here we go. Then the Babylonians came to her to the bed of love, and in their lust they defiled her. Oh, so you ain't even got you like them all. Long as they a star. You said code red, the enemy's in the building. I'm trying to tell you. You hear me? Long as he a star, a rapper, long as she a Instagram model, you don't really care. Long as everybody know how much power he or she has, you with it. Because you think being associated with them makes you just as powerful or just as famous. Can I ask y'all a question? Y'all realize that the stars get treated exactly like what we're reading about right now. They get into the industry and they have to sleep with so many people. Their bodies are used and abused. They lose their beauty, their handsomeness, everything. And they have no choice but to lay with whoever want to lay with them. And then at the end of their life, after they done almost died, they try to come back to Christ. Hide your dads, hide your granddads, uncles, sons, and all the listen. That part. What we are reading, the elite. You see, it says she only slept with the elite. They only ran after the elite. They only ran after the people that had money, power, or was somebody. But it clearly states that Israel and Samaria, niggas was running through them and leaving them with a wet bottom and nothing to pay their rent. Because they hoard after the power that the Babylonians had. They hoard after the power that the that the Chaldeans had. Well, where did the Babylonians' power and the Chaldeans' power come from? Where did it come from? They were two of the most lewd. Babylon, everything was in there. Everything went. Exactly. Exactly. You see them building these big old houses, but you don't know I'm going to make them fall. You hear they beats coming down the street, but you don't know that motor about to fall out the bottom. Them ain't hydraulics, they ain't got no shocks. It look good though. It look real good. But their power is fleeting. It's a facade. Then the Babylonians came. Oh, we read that. It said, after she had been defiled by them, she turned away from them in disgust. Interesting. When she carried her on her hoeing openly and exposed her naked body. What in the world? It's some of that going on right now. People go outside with them little puff skirts on and we can see your whole crack. Don't bend over and get no corn, girl. I can tell you how many booty hairs you got if you shave or don't. You got on a completely laced garment and nothing under it. Ezekiel 23. We have men that's going outside in a thong and it's see-through. And their cheeks is out all through the streets. We have people walking around in the streets exposing themselves to anybody that will look. They will drive to other sides of town where they don't live to expose themselves to people. So it looks like this spirit of whoredoms and whoremongering and flashing and lust and lasciviousness been everywhere. It's been here for a while. And it's so crazy because the most naked people say they're the most powerful. What they was doing at Diddy's house in the basketball goal thing, wasn't Jamie Foxx at the naked basketball game? Bats and bottles are swinging everywhere. Moving on, and not a pocketbook in sight. All right, here we go. When she carried on her hoeing openly and exposed her naked body, I turned away from her in disgust, just as I had turned away from her sister. Yet she became more and more promiscuous as she recalled the days of her youth, when she was a hoe in Egypt. There she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like the donkeys, those of donkeys, and whose emissions were like that of horses. Where have we read that at before? Lord, forgive me. Because there used to be a saying where I'm from about people being hung like a horse. And see, I just thought that that was something that they was talking about. And then be the people that be crazy. Then be the people that'll turn around and black your eye. Cheat on you with everybody. Steal your stuff. Take your car. And you be like, that's okay. I'll be back. He didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. That pool that she got that's so amazing that you can't stop to where you didn't quit talking to your homeboys. You don't want nobody looking at her. Because they just do it different. So you thought running after something that pleased you so good was new. You thought walking away from what God gave you for something that only made you feel good for a little bit was new. Can I ask you a question? Why do most people, how do most people ruin their marriage? It's because of somebody's genitals, ain't it? Thinking that that person that's all dressed up or whatever else it is better than what you have already. And it's normally some genitals involved. What do affairs normally cause? Abuse, mental, physical, and emotional, sometimes financial abuse. We getting there, unaliving. Some people lose their jobs because of affairs. Some people lose their careers. Some people lose access to their children. Some people lose their house. Some people lose their mind. Some people lose their freedom. Some people lose their ability to walk. Because they disease, come on. Some people lose their ability to be able to do things freely if they want to. Depression. My question to you is, spiritually, who you done jumped in the bed with that you left God and you played the whore in y'all relationship? Spiritually, who you jump in the bed with and be showing all your stuff to that you wasn't supposed to? Left God. You left God for what? Money? You was in the bed with money? You was in a bed with fame. You was in a bed with you was in the bed with the plastic surgeons because you don't feel like God did you. So you go. You was in the bed with the scammers because you didn't trust God to do it. So you called your cousin who you know could pay your bill and they wouldn't be able to find it for 7 months. And that gave you time to come up with the money. You know what? You said whatever Satan used as bait. Huh? Somebody called me. You said whatever, pretty much whatever he put out there. Yeah, I probably went on to do it. You said whatever he put out in front of me. Hey, I lost my freedom years ago. Never looked back once I got free. Come on, you said I won't be doing that no more, Dad. You said, ouch, the throat chop hit my trachea real hard. You know what? Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Yeah. So you long for the lewdness of your youth, when in Egypt your bosom was caressed and your young fondled. Therefore, Aholibah, this is what the sovereign Lord says: I will stir up your lovers against you, those you turned away from in disgust, and I will bring them against you from every side: the Babylonians and all the Chaldeans, the men of Pekod and Shoa and Koa, and all the Assyrians with them, handsome young men, all of them governors and commanders and chariots, officers and men of high rank, all mounted horses, on mounted horses, and they will come against you with weapons and chariots and wagons and with a throng of people. They will take up positions against you on every side with large and small shields and with helmets. I will turn you over to them for punishment, and they will punish you according to their standards. I will direct my jealous anger against you, and they will deal with you in their fury. They will cut off your noses and your ears, and those of you who are left will fall by the sword. They will take away your sons and daughters, and those of you who are left will be consumed by fire. They will strip you of your clothes and take your fine jewelry. So I will put a stop to the lewdness and hoeing you began in Egypt. You will not look on these things with longing and remember Egypt anymore. For this is what the sovereign Lord says: I am about to deliver you into the hands of those you hate, to those you turned away from in disgust. I just gotta say this. This don't sound like America to you? All the people that American and jumped in the bed with is like, we don't mess with y'all for real, and quit playing because we'll come over there. We have lost our sons and daughters at war in all the pretty much on every. Tristan, are you working or are you not reading with us? It's we in Ezekiel 23, the whole chapter. Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. We at 28. You good. We at 28, 29. 28. Here we go. For this is what the Lord says: I am they will deal with you hatred and take away everything you have worked for. They will leave you stark naked, and the shame of your hoeing will be exposed. Your lewdness and promiscuity have brought this on you because you lusted after the nations and defiled yourself with their idols. You have gone the way of your sister, so I will put her cup into your hand. That part, Queen. America swears she the baddest bee on the planet, baby. Can't nobody touch her. She get with whoever she want to get with, and if she want to turn and act like she don't mess with them, then she send her niggas over there to tear up they stuff and stop they money. And this America right here. We done been in bad with everybody. It ain't no country we ain't partnered with them to get what we wanted from them and then turned on them. We have sent our sons and daughters over there and lost them. Some of them never even made it home. And we watched other countries do this, and we still did it. And now, all that Americans thought that they built up and what was so good, everybody talking about tearing it down now, and it was all the people that we used to be homeboys and homegirls with. And they talking about tearing up America. No? You can go back since we got together and see what treaties we broke and what treaties we made and how we was over here with them and didn't like them. Then we sold stuff to they homeboy that they had got into it with, and then we wasn't cool with them, so we went and told them all they secrets and business, and then we left them because they disgusted us because they wouldn't like us, and then we went over here. I mean, this is. And now all of them is getting together like, yeah, we know you a hoe. And we about to come confront you because you done burn everybody. Everybody that laid down with you, you didn't burn them. This is why don't nobody like us. You said not a universal STD. That part, Queen. Literally. You can't really go nowhere in the world and people don't have something negative to say about Americans, and they have a reason to. Because we ain't been loyal to nobody. Look at what's happening with tariffs being placed on people that keep us together. We been a team and now we ain't. Here we go. This is what the sovereign Lord says. You will drink your sister's cup, a cup large and deep. It will bring scorn and derision, for it holds so much. You will be filled with drunkenness and sorrow, the cup of ruin and desolation, the cup of your sister Samaria. You will drink it and drain it dry and chew on its pieces, and you will tear at your chichis. I have spoken, declares the Lord. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Since you have forgotten me and turned your back on me, you must bear the consequences of your lewdness and hoeing. The Lord said to me, Son of man, you will judge. Will you judge Aholah and Aholibah? Then confront them with their detestable practices. For they have committed adultery and blood is on their hands. They committed adultery with their idols. They even sacrificed their children, whom they bore to me as food for them. They have also done this to me. At the same time, they defiled my sanctuary and desecrated my Sabbaths. On that very day, they sacrificed their children to the idols, to their idols. They entered my sanctuary and desecrated it. This is what they did in my house. They even sent messengers for men who came from far away. And when they arrived, you bathed yourself for them, applied eye makeup, and put on your jewelry. You sat on an elegant couch with a table spread before it, on which you have placed the incense and olive oil that belonged to me. The noise of a carefree crowd was around her. Drunkards were brought from the desert along with men from the rabble, and they put bracelets on the wrists of the women and her sister and beautiful crowns on their heads. Then I said about the one worn out by adultery, now let them use her as a hoe, for that is all she is. God said, let her get dressed up, let her bathe. She worn out anyway. Not you got the waffles. Not, not you. Ooh, girl. He said to use that. Nobody. Oh, God. Why you got to talk to people like that? He said, bring in the drunk. Don't nobody want nobody drunk on top of them. You ever had a drunk person trying to, get off of me. He do. And that's why when people be talking to they leave me alone. I act like my dad. Chop you right in your throat. Baby, that's harsh. You see a fluffy god in here anywhere? He said let her get dressed up. Bring all the niggas. The ones don't nobody even want laying on top of them. Bring them too. The nasty, he said bring them all. And she done bathed up and put a crown on her head and put some food out. Don't worry about it. She ain't no good anyway. God said let them all have their way with her. Girl, listen. We're trying to tell people, where is he fluffy at? I'll be trying, because he said, now let them use her as a hoe, for that is all she is. And they slept with her, and as men sleep with a hoe, so they slept with those lewd women, Ahola and Aholiba. But righteous judges will sentence them to the punishment of women who commit adultery and shed blood, because they are adulterous and blood is on their hands. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Bring a mob against them and give them over to terror and plunder. The mob will stone them and cut them down with their swords. They will kill their sons and daughters and burn down their houses. So I will put an end to the lewdness in the land, that all women may take warning and not imitate you. You will suffer the penalty for your lewdness and bear the consequences of your sins of idolatry. Then you will know that I am the sovereign Lord. Baby, listen. Do it if you want to. And y'all wonder why I be like, nah, I'm cool. I just stay right here. You cannot read stuff like that. He be like, oh, you want to be a hoe? Go be a hoe. That's all you is anyway, and I'm tired, so let them come through there. Go on and open the door, put it on the hotline, go on back page. Gave her to her sins. I'm trying to tell you, Tristan. She ain't nothing but a hoe anyway. She ain't nobody. She everybody's. I'll be like this. When I used to read this stuff, I used to be like, oh, it's hot in here. What? Is anybody else hot? Now, if I was in church reading this, It came out like this. And the Lord said her whoredoms kept her away from him. He said that's all she is. Woo! Is a dirty hoe. All the men that she burnt showed up at her house. They came in and was kicking in the doors. Can I get an amen? I just be wondering how this be going over the pulpit. Did you hear all of the craziness that's talked about in here? I mean, it's very graphic, is it not? Y'all knew exactly what I was talking about, and them was not. A woman can run faster with her dress up than any man can with his pants down. Listen here. You funny. I'm just saying. What about that was how that's why I used to be like, what Bible do y'all be? Because this is real life right here. Is it not? Every one of y'all either knew a story from your life or somebody you know as we was reading this, yes or no? Men and women. When God turned you over to your lover, when he turned you over to your job, and they made you work 50, 60 hours a week with no overtime pay. Same pay, more hours. You broke down. You said so many people came to mind. Listen. You said too real. Yes. CERCA be graphic. The Bible said that they genitals was like a donkey. That wasn't my words first. I just said it because that don't really make no sense to us. But I do know something that we know. I'm not talking crazy. It's literally in the scripture. So that's why I said, before I say this, these ain't my words. They already in here. I'm a paraphrase so you know what he was talking about. He said basically whoever had the biggest army, the most money and the most power at that time, Israel was trying to get in bed with them, trying to marry their daughters off, doing whatever they could to bring them to them. You hear me? Listen. The sad part about it is people in church still doing that now. They only want to listen to the anointed people. They only want to be around the people that's going to sing or that is on the praise team or that get to be over a board. That's why I ask you spiritually, who you done cheated on God with? Your bishop, your minister, your organization, your job, your mama, your family. Your fantasies. I'll be right back. Don't forget the fantasies. Did you cheat on God with your fantasies? Did you? You might not have did it yet in real life, but you said if you ever get the chance, you will. So you already made it up in your mind that you're gonna cheat on him if you ever get the chance. Got it. I was just trying to make sure. All right. Everybody okay? Y'all okay over here? Did you take your armor? You can take your armor off now. You can take it off. We're done. Now don't throw the tomatoes now. The time to throw them is whenever, because I have my armor on too. I'm done. That's it. That's all. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say about that. I'll let y'all sit with that. You said my throat raw, but I'll be okay. You said that would hit different. You said, woo, that was good and heavy. Listen, when I was reading it last night, I was like, oh. Why do you have to talk to people like this, Dad? And you know it hit home first. When you read it, the tears well up in your eyes like, oh, this used to be me. This used to be me. God, if you don't give it to me right now, I'm about to go get it on my own. I'm going to come up with a way to get what I want. I'm going to do, and it didn't have to be gapping no legs. I found other ways. So, Sugar Candy, you said it definitely hit home. Listen, you said you came with the 2-piece. He did. I had to read this last night and then try to go to sleep. Like, why you gotta call people hoes like that? But then people get mad when I call them Jesus be calling. God be calling people hoes all the time. I'm so tired of you. Listen. My daddy be calling people hoes all the time. You do realize that these were not Ezekiel's words, but he had to speak them. Did God clean it up for what he had them to say? Him to say to them? It was raw and uncut. He said you didn't let people fondle you. You didn't gap your legs to everybody running around here. They didn't pour out all their lust on you, and that wasn't enough. You went somewhere else. Could you imagine? And then people like, oh, you so aggressive. Sometimes this don't be me. Right, Queen. Remember when I told you God be telling me folks intimate business and I don't be wanting to know? And then I got to go and try to talk. People don't want you to know what they do in secret. He said, in all seriousness, thank you so, Jaden, and I really appreciate these classes. Listen. He said, holding my head. God did not clean it up. He was raw and uncut. Period. He didn't say, well, I think you're acting a little. He said, you a hoe, and I'm going to let you be a hoe. That's what you want to do? He said, but as soon as I say I don't want you no more, they not going to want you either. They only want you because you mine. They only want you because they can't have you. And now when they can get you and I don't want you no more, now I don't want you. Stupid. Stupid. I tell y'all, my older brother, before he got married or right after he got married, so I probably was like, he was probably, I don't know how old he was, 30 something. I was about 25, so he was maybe 32. I'm sorry, y'all, my allergies. I went outside today. Hold on. Ooh. Y'all know what song comes to mind? Eddie Murphy. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. Remember when he was buckwheat? I think he was singing that. Is everybody all right? Queen said, is everybody okay? So let me tell y'all, my older brother, he was about 32. I was about 25. Not my oldest brother, but the one right above me. Oh, buckwheat, right. He said, sister, let me tell you something. Because I asked him about being married because I wasn't married yet. And he had been married maybe 5 years. You said, I'm trying to gather myself, Queen. Listen, he said, it's some women out here, they don't want you, men and women. He was basically saying, when you're married, there are people that don't want you. They just don't want you to be with your spouse. And so they will come in and tear up your life knowing they don't have no intentions on being with you. They might have seen you and your wife or husband together and got jealous, and they instantly start on how they can infiltrate that marriage and tear it up. They don't even want you. They just want to tear up something they don't have. When I tell y'all that stuck in, which I knew, but when my brother, you said I've seen it happen firsthand. I'm trying to tell you, that's stuck here, right here. And I know this to be true because I know some folks. You said it make excuses just to justify it. Come on. What he has put together, let no man, right? It's a game to them. Yep, I knew a few of those. I'm trying to tell you, me too. They don't respect themselves, so they can't respect nobody else's relationship. You don't even respect. And when it didn't work out on that side, they come back so they think, but nothing's wrong. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this. Ask you again. Do you really love him? You said smile on your face all the time. Sure will. That's fact. My baby daddy told me after we broke up, he was able to get with so many girls because they didn't like me. Girl, baby, listen. That's why I just be over here in my hole by myself. I don't even, cause I don't got time for that. I don't, nope. I don't want no parts of it. Don't want no parts of it. All you got to do is say one time, I wish such and such, I had somebody like such and such to do me like that, or da da da. No, I will not be telling you when we get into it. I won't be telling you if he pissed me off. I won't be telling you nothing. Because the moment that you say, I wish I had somebody to do me like that, you'll be trying to get in my spot. Or I ain't never had nobody do that for me. Oh, okay, let me quit telling you. And it ain't even about, oh, he do me like this and do me like that. They can see it. They can see it. When they see you glowing and changing and, honey, you ain't crying all the time. And if you quiet, they really want to know what's going on. Happened to me and my girl got pregnant by my man. Interesting. Energy don't lie. It sure don't. Listen. That's why when people be like, the Bible, nigga, what Bible do you be reading? Because this one is juicy. Honey, it is all of the drama and the chaos. Listen, I'll be like, wait a minute, this is in the Bible? That's why I told y'all when God flipped that scale off my eyes and I quit listening to people say, oh, I never believed the Bible was just stories. I always felt like it was real. But when God peeled that scale off and I wasn't just reading it like, oh, it's the holy book, and I started to read it like it was a life story in a sense, like these is real situations that's happening. Oh yeah, it everything makes sense after that. Cause how you looking at it, right? How you look at it determines what you see. If you don't think that God talks like that, or you don't think that that's something that God, you won't even pay. You will read through that and it won't mean nothing. You said tore me up, but today I stand with a smile knowing who got me. That part. I read it like journals, and that sounds like a journal to me. Sure did. Because I know some folks. They was not turning down nothing but their collar. And most times they had no clothes on, so they wasn't turning down that. My friend that I had to jump on, she wasn't turning down no me. You hear me? She ain't my friend no more. But baby, she did not care. It didn't matter who husband, she didn't care. Her sister, dude, as long as they had the package, she was with it. Her husband, brother, her husband, it didn't matter. Hello. It did not matter. There was no self-respect there whatsoever. Whoever she thought was going to keep her secret. You know what I'm saying? And she one of them type, she liked to be winking at you and her nigga sitting right next to her. Or texting you and her man is sitting. She one of them. It's a kick. She get a thrill out of being all in the same room. You said, God, get this. She was my niece. Wow. She liked the whole sneaking of it all. In real life. So anyway. Girl. Crazy. And we all had our times to do certain stuff, but certain stuff to me is just super grimy. Some stuff is just super de-duper grimy. Like, your name ain't Ahola, your name is Ohabila. Ahola was bad, but Ohabila, oh yeah, they both hoes, but she's a low hoe. Ohabila. Mm-hmm. You got hoes and then you got low hoes. You see what I'm saying? There's levels to this. You got a hose that's going to be in front of the people. And they're going to be dressed nice and you won't even know they're a hoe. And then you got these other people, baby. You know from the moment you see them, what is up? That was Ohabila. She was going to dress like a skank every day. Because she was advertising all the time. The other one, she the same, but she gonna walk in with a suit on. She can be seen in public places. This one, you can't take her nowhere. Hey, Jazz. Now let me ask you a question. And don't answer it here. This is a question you have to answer to yourself in your journal. What things did you go a whoring after that made you leave God? And then those things whooped you right back to them. Did you barely make it out by the hair on your chinny chin? I know my things. I know my things. And when he first showed me, you said, my goodness, I'm walking into the Hammer. I need an ambulance. Oh, you missed all the, you just came in for the aftershocks, girl. You said I need another journal. There is not enough paper. That part. You said, thanks for the class. I got journaling to do tonight. I'm trying to tell you. You think about all the times you quit praying and whatever it was in your life that was more important than God, that's what you went whoring after. Whatever was more important than you following the word or keeping your body or not working yourself to death to try to get it. Yep, that's all the stuff you went a whoring after. A whoring after. God said you let everybody fill you up. You said I started last night. Uh-oh. So we right on cue. You said, let me go on to YouTube and get my son's football helmet. Oh, yeah, you're going to need all your armor. All of them. I told everybody, some people put on double armor today. You said, I'm sliding down the wall. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. How y'all think I felt last night? I read this and then I'm supposed to go to sleep. Of course, my mind went back to, oh my God, Lord, I remember when, and I didn't trust you to take care of me, and it'll have you in a whole place. You hear me? You'll be in a whole different place. You will. So I ain't gonna keep y'all. I'm gonna go, cause I ain't even ate nothing this morning or today. I got up and ran my errands and came back. I went to go see Auntie. She said she sent that thing and I went, but it ain't been there. So something else showed up. Let's see what it is in. I think it's a movie. It is. It's movies. You said I was under Holy Ghost arrest. That part. You said I sure did need triple armor. Yeah. I love you, Kayla. And we so excited about your matrimonial vows tomorrow. Ooh, this is my movie. War of the Roses is one of my favorite movies. I never seen Blind Date. Thank you. Who sent these? Auntie, did you send these? Who sent these to me? Is y'all going out of town or is y'all doing it where y'all at? Kayla. Is y'all out of town or is y'all at home? Out of town in Virginia Beach. So you ain't even at home. Okay, let me know when you get back home. I said, let me know when you get back home. No. I'll know when you back home because class will be regular. You'll be back in class regularly. You ain't got to tell me. My daddy will tell me. I ain't even worried about it. Listen. I'm so excited. Okay, so she go from Kayla to Mrs. Administrator. She's not just the administrator anymore. She's Mrs. Administrator. So when I grab the keys and get to shaking the keys, y'all can't call her just the administrator no more. She is Mrs. Administrator. Okay. You hear me? She misses the Mrs. Administrator. You said, Queen said, address her properly. She is the Mrs. Administrator, not just the administrator. She was the administrator for about 3 years. Now she is the Mrs. Administrator. Everybody said congratulations, Pumpkin. Mm-hmm. She's the Mrs. Administrator now, not the administrator, the Mrs. Administrator. That's her new name. That is her new name. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. I'll probably be back on here later. I gotta go do these potatoes and make sure they dry because they seem like they was taking forever. I think I cut them too thick. I don't know. We about to go see. But I love y'all. Y'all got some journaling to do today. I'll be sending out stuff starting tomorrow, Friday, and then Monday. You said you known for chopping and running. It's sticky move, girl. I'm like my uncles, Elijah and them. They dropped the hammer and kept it moving. On to the next city. I got to go. I got to go. Plus, y'all got a lot of soul searching to do today anyway. You hear me? That's a few weeks worth of work. You said chop and run. Hey. Timber. Listen, this the thing, no. I had to get chopped last night. Y'all wasn't around. And while I'm teaching, I'm still getting chopped in my throat. That's why I be getting choked up. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Because that hit a little hard. Wait a minute. I didn't feel that the first time I read this. Also, we have to pay because you had to go through it by yourself. Exactly. We all gonna feel the same pain. I gotta feel it twice. I have to feel the pain twice. I gotta feel it by myself and with y'all. Hey, sir. I gotta feel the pain by myself and be getting chopped in the throat while I'm chopping y'all in the throat. It's like Bart and his daddy choking each other. Or Lisa and Bart both choking each other at the same time. This is about what we be going through around here. I'm chopping y'all and y'all and he chopping me. We all getting chopped. Eh? You whack-a-moling all of us. What you mean? Because sometimes they pop up at the same time. But he cold with it. He can bop. Bop. Look. You said you licking your wounds while passing out bandages. Right. Exactly. Here. You need this. It's some icing. Here. You need one too? Okay, hold on. I'll be back. Give me a second. Here, there's one for you. And there's one for you. No. My eye gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. I can see out the other one. What you mean? A collective knockout, right? Shoot. I got a look. Now. Hold on. Where is they at? Please don't fall. Please don't make everything fall. I'm over here like this. You just hold on one moment. You just hold that damn thought. I didn't walk in. No, it's fine. We've got 200 soldiers, and someone's got to do it. No, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Here you go. It's okay. No. It's broken. It'll mend. The doc did a good job on it. I just gotta stay off of it, but we gotta get this. This how we all leave here. What you mean? Everybody messed up. The heck? The nigga that roundhouse all of us. We all about to be out here bad. Leave me alone. Barely walked in this dang classroom. Shoot. We all out here bad. Everybody. For real. So I said, I don't even know if he gonna let me in, because most of the stuff in the Bible, I'm sure I've been guilty of one time or another in my life. Listen, I'm on bandages and crutches. You hear me? Listen, right, Queen, I need some cream. Shoot. You're welcome, Catherine. Shoot. You said I'm leaving with 2 crutches, a neck brace, and a back brace. That part. Talking about chop and run. Where I'm running fast when I'm on crutches? Nowhere. Nigga, I got one eye. I'm trying to see out my... Shoot. You get one side and I get the other side. You got your cane, I got my... We barely making it. Right. We are barely making it, all of us. Shoot. You beat up on y'all and me. The heck, I might need to go watch Game of Thrones just to make me feel better. It'll make me feel better. I need to watch Jon Snow or something. He said my wheelchair is almost here. We tracking it right. What you mean? He beat up on all of us. Everybody. You get a beat down. You get a beat down. Everybody get a beat down. What you mean? Oh, excuse me. He ain't got no respect to person. Run up, get done up is what he said. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. Run up, get done up. That's basically what he told us. All of us today.